What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as EOS to Bitcoin. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, as well as leave a comment letting me know what you think about today's episode. Otherwise, we are doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers. So in order to be entered into that, you do have to be subscribed to the channel to win some Crypto TV merch. Otherwise, to continue on into today's episode, we're going to be looking at a few things or covering a few things. We're going to be looking at Litecoin founder Charlie Lee and looking at his opinion on the current market and where he thinks cryptocurrency is going to be going. And then we're also going to be looking at the giant jump that Litecoin has taken in the past couple of hours, as well as the overall market and EOS's pretty big surge in price. So let's just dive into that. We'll talk about the cryptocurrency right now. We're on the coin market cap, and then at the end of the episode, we'll look at what Charlie Lee had to say. But looking at the coin market cap right now, as you guys can see, we are doing pretty well. We're at 230 billion, so a huge jump we've seen overnight. I want to say about $10 billion has entered the market or back into circulation, which is definitely nice to see. 24-hour volume up 14.1 billion, so around $3 billion up from yesterday, if not $4 billion. And then a Bitcoin dominance slightly lower than yesterday at 52.5. I believe we saw 53.1 yesterday, so that definitely is good in my opinion. Scrolling down, looking at the top 10 cryptocurrencies, a lot is happening right now. We're looking at the top 10. Everything seems to be doing quite well, if not up in the double digits. Some coins, but what you can take away is that Bitcoin is finally above 7K, which is beautiful that we're seeing a huge price movement like that. Only up 4% though, which is interesting. Ethereum almost going to be hitting its $300 mental barrier, up 5%. Ripple up 6%. We see EOS up 12%. We're going to be talking about that later in today's episode. And then Litecoin is up 7.17 at $63. Very nice. And IOTA is up 23%. So top 10 cryptos look very nice. All around, we're seeing a lot of volume moving into the currency. Litecoin has 260 million in volume. I believe that is 60 or 70 million more than it was yesterday and the day before. So moving on, we're going to be looking at EOS right now. So as you guys can see, EOS is doing quite well, in my opinion. And then we'll look at Litecoin right after this, guys. But as you can see, this major downtrend right here, just to cover this really quick for those who have EOS in their portfolio, you can see this huge downtrend that has stemmed all the way back so long, all the way back to all-time highs back in January, February, March, April 29th, if not in the beginning of May. So around 5 to 6 months of consolidation of this downtrend. And as we can see, we have broken past it in the past, but you can see that this high-low middle moving average has just been anchoring down on the currency, and we have yet to break above that. But as you can see on the 4-hour, we have finally, not only have we broken through the downtrend that has been on the market for around 6 months, we also managed to break up so high that we broke above the high-low middle moving average, seeing a massive 20% or I believe 15% jump on the currency. So definitely nice in my opinion. Unfortunately, we are now overbought on the relative strength index, so I do think a slight pullback, maybe back down to use this high-low middle moving average as support back to that red band, and then continue up higher. If we jump to the daily, you can see we have plenty of room to move higher. You can see we're at 48 on the relative strength index, and it looks like we're trying to move right back up to that high-low middle moving average at this price level right around here. You guys can see now how beautiful that downtrend is, and the fact that we just broken out of here. You can see the consolidation, the downtrend, all of that pressure finally building up. Huge support right at this level right here, and we broke bullish from that, and we could potentially see a nice run up in the near future in EOS. Moving on, so obviously what you guys clicked on the page for is Litecoin. So there is a lot I want to talk about with Litecoin. So we're looking at the daily right now. You can see on the relative strength index we're at 50 even, so plenty of potential to move higher up. But you can see that this downtrend has been on the market for 8 whole months, if not 9 months. You guys can see right here this massive downtrend that has been on the currency. You can see all the way from up here stemming down, and we really have not been able to break above that. But now as I zoom in, I want to show you guys what just happened and why this is so important. So we were definitely hoping for that. At least I was hoping for that, and I've called it in a few of my videos. You can see the downtrend is here, and we've just been graphing and slowly consolidating, and we've been talking about every day. We've made a video discussing the potential of this consolidation point. And I've said that the 55 purple band is massive in terms of support. And I do believe we will stay above that. Now, I did say that if we did break below, we would shoot right back up. And as you can see, we did that over here. We've done it over here and we shot back up. And now we finally broke above that. So that is huge in my opinion. It's definitely a lot of relief, I feel, for a lot of people in the market. It's just hopefully going to put a little more, I don't want to say hope and put emotions into it, but a little more affirmation, or just to confirm with people that we could potentially move back up to that high-low middle moving average, and we could potentially see an $86, $85 Litecoin within the next week or so. So definitely good news in my opinion. Plenty of potential on that daily. One thing I want to talk about is on the 4-hour is the fact that we are extremely overbought. And that could potentially be an issue right now. You can see where I'm talking about. You can see as I zoom in and kind of show you guys a better look at this chart. So you can see we have a rock bottom at 50, where the bottom of Litecoin tends to be. And then you can also see the other support at 55, which is holding very strong. And it kind of created a channel that it was consolidating in between, where you can see at around 57.70. No, I want to say 58. We'll just say between 58 and 55. The price level was just hanging out here but for like 10, I want to say 20 days of just straight consolidation, really no price movement. And as you can see, as we got closer to this yellow downtrend, we started to gain a lot of pressure. And an interesting thing that I was telling you guys is not only did we have this acting as resistance, we also had the high-low middle moving average, which was tailing us, acting as resistance too. So it was we needed a lot of support to pop through that. But interesting enough, we managed to gain a lot of momentum and we broke right through that and then continued to plow up higher. So honestly, on the 4-hour, you can see we're very oversold at around, we're very overbought at around 76. I know I haven't said overbought in a while, but here we are. So we're definitely in a very good standpoint, in my opinion. I do think on the 4-hour, we need to consolidate downwards ever so slightly. So bear in mind that if we do start to see a slight pullback, it is within reason due to being overbought right now. So I would anticipate a slight pullback, but definitely very good news in my opinion on the rest of the market. Moving on to Bitcoin, like I said in yesterday's video, we looked to be heading up to that high-low middle moving average. That's where the coin was trying to go up to. And as you can see, today confirms that we did indeed move back up to that high-low middle moving average. So it's definitely, when you see prices low like here, it's anticipated that we're going to move back to that high-low middle moving average. We always do. So that's how you can profit potentially off of trades like this. You know, if you bought the coin back at like 6,200 and sold at 71, you could make, $600, and if you owned numerous coins, you could definitely profit off that and make a very nice sum. Now, if, in my opinion, if you did buy at prices here, I would definitely recommend taking some money out at this price level, because this is going to start acting as resistance. Now, I know there is plenty of support left on the relative strength index. We're only at 60, so we could definitely go much higher. 70 breaks being overbought. So there is potential to move higher up, but we are facing some resistance now. So I would definitely take some profit out. In my opinion, that's what I would do. And then reevaluate your market and continue on after, or reevaluate your portfolio and continue on after that. But things definitely look good, in my opinion, for the rest of the market right now. As you can see, we have used the high-low middle moving average on the 4-hour as a support, and now we finally started to bounce up and move up higher. So definitely a beautiful sight. We broke above, retested, gained support and mobility, and then pop, we went right up there. Again, we are overbought on the 4-hour, so that is an indicator to me that in the short term we will fall ever so slightly. We could continue to move up. It's definitely possible. We've definitely been in an overbought territory for a long time in the past, at the end of 2017. So definitely potential there. Ethereum not really moving that much. You guys can see we did consolidate for quite some time, and we are just slowly starting to pick up. You can see it's finding some sort of resistance right along $300. So if indeed we do break $300, I think that'll bring a lot more of a mental barrier. It will go away, it'll dissipate, and we should potentially be able to break that and move right up to like 325 fairly quick. But it's really just seeing if the price can break 300. It definitely has the potential. It is the lowest on the RSI out of all the coins, and it could potentially move up much quicker. It's just a matter of when that plans on doing that. So definitely pay attention to that. When more volume moves into the market, we may see Ethereum start to move back up, or it's just going to do its own thing. But it seems like it wants to go up to its high-low middle moving average, which is so far off. So the price could definitely move up another $100 or so. So lastly, to wrap up the episode, I did want to show you guys what Litecoin Charlie Lee had to say about the market. So I'm going to show you guys that now, and then I guess we'll wrap up the episode after that. So let's just check this out. It's on CNBC, so I'm just going to play it and let's evaluate.
It's past highs of more than 20,000.
I mean, it's hard to predict prices. I've been in this space for 7 years now. I think sometimes it comes back within 6 months, a year. Sometimes it takes like 3 or 4 years. So it's kind of hard to say.
What do you think price tells us about the cryptocurrency or the network on which it's built? I mean, does it tell us anything about adoption? Does it tell us anything about viability? I'm just wondering, when we look at the price of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, what is that a measure of in your view?
I think in terms of long term, it tells us the success of cryptocurrency. But short term, it doesn't really tell us much. For example, this year there's been so much adoption in Bitcoin and Litecoin, but the price have dropped like 60-70%.
Very true.
So I think it's because it's so volatile. It's all about speculation these days. So, but in the future, the price will reflect the success of cryptocurrencies.
The last time we spoke to you, I believe you had recently sold all your Litecoin position, and I'm not sure what price that was or where is it in relation to where the price is today, Charlie. But do you see this reprieve in price, the decline, as a buying opportunity?
For me, I sold because of conflict of interest, so I'm not going to buy back my Litecoins anytime soon or at all. But I think it's always good to buy on the way down to average dollar cost average your buy-in. That's what I would recommend people to do. And as long as you don't spend money that you can't afford to lose,
Very true.
I think that's fine. I think it's really bad for people who like mortgage their house, put all their money into a coin, and then watch it drop like 80%. But as long as you can afford to, I'd say like spend some money buying some crypto is perfectly fine.
Hey Charlie, it's BK. So you've got the Litecoin Summit coming up September 14th and 15th. What do you want the takeaway from that to be? What do you expect coming out of that?
I like people to focus on technology, on adoption, merchant adoption, and also how to scale. So things like Lightning Network or sidechains helping Bitcoin and Litecoin scale. I like to see more talk around that. And I think with the price currently depressed, it's actually a good time for people to actually sit down and have their head down and actually work and get stuff done. And that's what I've seen in the past few bear markets actually.